Pop punk is not dead. It's just been sleeping, waiting to be awoken by the right bands. We need some hungry bands that bring a fresh energy and irreverence to shake up the status quo. And the Connecticut band Scooped Up, I think, is one of the bands to push those boundaries. Not only are they a solid band, but they take great pride in doing everything themselves. They are proudly a do-it-yourself punk band. And they kill it from their designs to their promos to the music they're making. They do an excellent job. They have the fast, energetic style of early day gob with some Green Day and MXPX style riffs and bass lines, and they have the irreverence of Blink 182. They play fast, and you'll hear me talk about that quite a bit throughout the review because they don't slow down. They just keep it coming hard and fast. So without further ado, let's get into the Scooped Up review for the album that they've given us, The Runs. And starting off the album is the song Reruns. It starts out with a catchy riff straight out the gate, and it's fast-paced, and the lyrical theme touches on wanting to start fresh, but not knowing where to begin because you're unmotivated. Then we run straight into the song Dyslexic. Dyslexic is a fast-paced song that reminds me of the Gob song Soda, and this song is about thinking that nothing makes sense, but then realizing it's your fault because it was your mouth that got you into trouble in the first place. Then moving into Slingshot, we have a catchy guitar opening, and the bass seems to be turned up higher in this song. And Jimmy's singing style is similar to that in the song Dyslexic, except on the chorus you get a faster lyrical delivery. So even though it starts out seeming like it's going to sound like the previous song, they break it up by keeping those fast-paced parts. Then we hit the song Fumble. It runs in the same vein as previous songs, as in that it is fast-paced, and in my opinion, it feels like it would be a really good song to skate to. And then it finishes off with a fun instrumental at the end before moving into Best Days. And the instrumental is done really well. It's a change of pace from what they've done previously in the last two songs, and it changes it up a bit. I think it's a nice touch. Then, Best Days, the opening bass riff is catchy and it complements the backing drums. Then, when the guitar hits, we get a very different feel than we get from previous songs. The bass stays prominent throughout the whole song. Then, towards the end, there's a good guitar solo. And the song is about getting a real job and working until you're dead. And how grown-ups are going to tell you, you better grow up, kid. Then moving into M80, it clocks in at just over a minute. This is also a fast-paced song about not being able to talk to the girl that he likes that doesn't like him back anymore. It's quick and then it's done, moving straight into Joyride. And Joyride, I don't really have anything to say about the song. It sticks to the same vein as the rest of the album in that it is fast-paced, it's a lot of fun, and it's just very enjoyable. Then we move into Foolproof. This is a change of pace on the album. It is still high speed, yet it feels slowed down and introspective. And when you listen to it with headphones on, the drums jump back and forth between the left and the right ear, but ever so slightly. It's a really cool effect. This is my favorite song on the album, and I'd go as far to say this is probably the most well done on the entire record. Then from there, we move on to the song Crash Test. And this is another song that feels slowed down a bit despite being fast-paced. But it helps contrast the rest of the album so that it doesn't feel that it is in this similar style of speed. But then we go into Shoelaces, which brings us back to the speed feel of the beginning of the album. And Shoelace feels like a sped up MXPX song. I think this is honestly the second best song on the album, and the balance between the vocals and the instrumentation blend really well. The next song, Slacker, despite the name, is kind of a seize the day anthem. Granted, it does talk about it all going to crap, but the conclusion in the end of the song is you only have one life, so stay on track. Then we move into the song Skip Day, and like Joyride, I don't have anything to say about it other than it's fast-paced, like the rest of the album. I told you we talk about that quite a bit. That's going to keep coming up. It's a fast-paced album, and it's just overall a really good song. So from there, let's go ahead and just move on to the song Bummer. Now this song is basically a fast ballad. Even though the style fits the band and the way they play, I think if it was slowed down and not played as fast, it would make a killer ballad. It's a good song and the quick style of it is different for this type of song, which makes it unique, but I'd be really curious to see what this song sounds like if there was a slowed down version. Then we finish off the album with the song Lightheaded, finishing the way we started. Fast-paced and high speed. And in this song we find that he has a relationship that's gone sour and he wishes he could do things different, but he's unable to. So he's not going to worry and just take it one day at a time, starting with today. This record is absolutely worth a listen, and Scooped Up is a band that I think you're going to want to keep an eye on. This record has a nostalgic feel to it, but also has a fresh take on the pop punk style of the late 90s. I've been listening to this record a lot, not just because of doing the review, but because I genuinely like the album. I love the speed of it, I love the shortness of the songs, and Jimmy's vocals remind me of early Newfound Glory. If you like pop punk from the mid 90s to the early 2000s, you will enjoy this band. So go check them out, stream their music, and drop by their merch store, and we'll see you here next time on Critically Disdain.